Hello, this is a demo for the first exercise in the geometrical shapes in Sketcher Workbench. So in the first exercise, it's accessing Sketcher Workbench application. In the Sketch Workbench application, we're going to learn how to access the sketch. Our task will be to create and erase some rectangles, triangles, and circles. So you're watching the video, hopefully right now, and we will duplicate the steps in the video after you watch the video. I always recommend going twice speed through the video, or at least at 1.5 speed through the video, just to get the overall concept, and then go back and see if you can duplicate it. If need be, you can replay the video, stop and pause it wherever you want, and try it out that way. But I like to try and challenge you to watch a video and see if you can't just make the part after watching the video and getting the whole concepts. So we'll save the model in the appropriate collaborative space. Create a Word doc defining the following items. Will be how you get into a new part, how you access the sketcher, and how you exit the sketcher. So we will use rectangles, triangles, and circles. First step is to enter the Sketch Workbench application. Actually, the first step is to access part design in the correct collaborative space. Thank God for spell check here. All right. So we will access part design in the collaborative space, access Sketcher, create the rectangles and triangles, and we will erase them. And then we'll get out of Sketcher. So this is a demo just to simply get in and out of the sketch environment. We're going to create a Word doc that would look similar to this. How to get in and create a part, and have pictures of how to get in and do the part design. Verify that you're in the part. Okay, so I will just, while I'm here, create a new part so I can walk you through that. This Word doc is going to be called Accessing the Sketch Application. So when I go to Word doc, I could just title it that. And the first thing we're going to do in the Word doc, define the steps to create a new part. Okay, that's unfortunate it does that. Okay, and I would put step 1, colon, and check collaborative space. Okay, so we're going to check the collaborative space, and how we do that is we go to CATIA, and I'm already in ENG T 185 collaborative space. Let's say that you were not in that space. So for example, I might be in the common space. Now, I just tried to switch to the common space, but I get this error. All right? So what I want to do here is insert screenshot, and I just picked on that real quick so it would appear here. If this warning appears, you must close all models or tabs in the 3D experience. And good thing for the spell check here. All right, and I got that warning, right? So if you get that warning, it's telling you you already have a model. There's a part already called up, so you can't switch. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to close this off. Whoops, I actually added one instead of closing. I'm going to hit that little X right there to close that off. I don't need to save it, so I hit no. Now I could switch to the common space and say OK, and you notice that this time it works. So I'm currently in the common space. What I'm going to do here, current collaborative space is common. I can go to insert here, screenshot, hit screen clip, and I'm going to do a screen clip here. Unfortunately, it came in there. I'll just hit enter. I'll come up to the last line here and hit enter to start another line. Okay, now if you don't know this trick, one of the things you can do here is go to insert, under shapes, we can create a shape. So I'm going to use this rectangle with some corners. This is one I like. And I'm going to hit shape. That was no fill, in case you're not familiar with that. So I did a no fill on that. I click on this to make the border red, but I don't like how the line weight is so thin. So you can change colors if you want. I like red. I think it sticks out. And I'm going to change my line weight to beefing that up a little bit so it shows up a little more. Now I'm going to show steps to change collaborative workspace. Okay, so we've already identified all the windows must be closed. Then I simply hit the down arrow and I can choose a different collaborative space. You see that I have multiple collaborative spaces. The one you have will be Engineering Tech 185 for students. I'll say OK. Unfortunately, you can't get that at least I don't know how to get this list to show, so you'll have to describe it. But one thing nice about making pictures, I can come here and hit enter. Oh, steps to change collaborative space. Hit the arrow to the left, or sorry, right of common space. Under insert, oh, I know you guys are smarter than me at this. There's a arrow I can put in here, and I could point to this. I did it backwards, unfortunately. Let's try it again. Under insert, under the shapes, use the arrow, and I could basically point to that, like right here. And again, I like to make it red. Hopefully that kind of helps you out later on if you forget how you're doing this. Steps to change your cloud workspace. I think that's one word. Hit the arrow to the right of the common space. That's that arrow. And select the desired workspace. Then I'm going to hit enter, which will allow me to go back to Insert. Under Screenshot, I'm going to do a screen clip, and I'll just show a screen clip of this being completed. Okay, and you can click on this one, Control C for copy, click over here and hit paste. Okay, and now you've got that box around this. Now we're in the correct collaborative space. The next step is to hit 3D in the compass. So we'll do a select 3D on the compass, and I'm going to insert screen clip. Oh, did that work? So back to my Word doc, there it is. So I'm going to say select 3D on the compass found on the top left of the screen. I'm going to click on this, copy it, paste it over here, and I'm going to make it smaller. And then, you know what, actually what I'm going to do is insert, shape. This time I'm going to use circle. Well, let's try oval, see how that works. Oval. I think you click here in the beginning. Oops, that's too small. Let's try it again. Under insert, shape, we'll do a oval. And I'll try and put an oval around this number 3. Hit no shape, no fill. I like the red color myself, and again I'll make that line weight a little thicker. Okay, so I want to hit 3D. And under the favorites application or application, you got to find part design. So what I'll do is I would kind of go back here to this Word doc, hit enter to get another line start and say select part design from the applications. Now what I had done was I drag and drop it into my favorites. If you don't have it in my favorites, you have to go to my apps and scroll way down until you find part design to make this snapshot. Alright, so there it is here. Alright, again you could do it in your favorites, but what I'll do is I'll kind of slide this up and I'll do another snapshot. Make sure you hit enter after that and go insert, screenshot, screen clip. And then go back to your Word doc. I don't know why it's not flipping back to the Word doc automatically. It should automatically go back there. I'll just do another insert, shape, rectangle. Whoops, wrong one. It's okay. I can move it down here. Stretch this out like so. And again, go with no fill, red. Change my line weight, something thicker. That's choosing part design from the application. I'll hit enter. And I'll actually do this. I'll hit part design. And back to my Word doc. Verification. Of part design. Workbench. Enter. insert another screenshot. Back to my Word doc. Shoot. Now see how it jumps the line? So what you could do is hit in front of in verification and hit insert, page break. Again, if you're not familiar with this, I really want to encourage you to talk to Dale Galloway. You'll find him in the list of instructors and in the directory. He can help out or give you recommendations on how to go about learning how to manipulate your Word, Excel, and PowerPoint documents. So I've got a snapshot verifying I'm in part design, and how I know I'm in part design is right here. It tells me it's part design. Okay, that's what is confirming you are indeed in the part design workbench. Okay. Now, to activate Sketcher, must have part body underlined in the specification tree. I'll do a quick spell check here. Whoops. Okay, so what, oops, I don't need to do that. What I can do here, insert another arrow to that. Currently, the geometrical set is underlined. Okay, so the geometrical set's underlined in the part body. So we must find the in-work object by right-clicking on the part body in the specification tree. This will pull up the contextual menu. Then select in-work object. I'm not the best typer in the world here. I think it should be like that, maybe. So when I go to CATIA, you right-click on the part body, just like I wrote down, and you'll find define in-work object. Okay, so right-clicking on the part body pulls up the contextual menu, which allows you to select define in-work object off the specification tree. Now that I have the define in-work object selected, it's highlighted in blue. For a picture's sake, I'm going to click off in no man's land so it's not highlighted. And then go back to my Word doc. And I should say it's select define in-work object. feel like I want to do this. To find the in-work object, I hit enter, enter, insert, screenshot. Screen clip. Make another picture. I'll hit enter. The part body is now underlined, defining it as the in-work object. Making this the in-work object allows you to create a sketch in the part body. It's as if part body is now the active folder where geometrical set was the active folder. If you had left geometrical set underlined, it would put the sketch in the geometrical set. But we want the sketch in the part body, so we have to make sure the part body is underlined. Okay, I'm going to hit enter and go back to CATIA. Now that we have the part body underlined, you can select on this YZ plane here. When you pick on the YZ plane, this icon will show up. Okay, and that is your Sketcher workbench. Now, if I leave that there, yeah, it'd be great if that picture would come up and stay there when I try and make a snapshot or go to Word, but it won't stay there. So what I'm going to do is hit enter and say select the YZ plane on the axis. Enter, insert, screenshot, clip, and because I clicked on it, it highlights it in blue. So I've inserted that there, and insert, shape, click the arrowhead. Okay. Can I get text there? You know, I'm not smart enough to know how to do this. I better talk to Dale. I'd like to have text at the end of that line. Oh. Oh, that's not where I want it. Oh God, you guys are probably smarter than me on how to do this. I'm trying to undo what I've done. Okay, so that there is the plane I'm talking about selecting. Okay, and then choose Sketcher when it appears. So when I click on this, that'll appear and I hit sketch. When I open the part body, you see sketch is in the part body. Okay, from our model manipulations, we know how to use the middle button to move this axis side to side, up and down. I like to move that axis down to the bottom left corner. This is using the middle button again and leaving it depressed. It'll allow you to move, pan side to side and back and forth. Okay, we have now successfully entered the sketch workbench. What I'll do is go back to my Word doc, and last time you remember I put verification workbench, so I'm going to copy that and be consistent. Paste that there, and again I'm going to start a new page, so I'm going to hit insert page break, hit, after the workbench, hit enter so I can start another picture. Insert a new screen clip. There's verification. I have a new Sketcher workbench. Again, if you want to really highlight this for yourself, this is what's telling us we are indeed in a new Sketcher workbench. The 3D experience is telling me you're currently in Sketcher. So now I've successfully accessed the Sketcher workbench. The sketch is indeed in the part body. If your sketch is in the geometrical set, in the future exercises you'll be docked points. I'm going to hit enter and then talk about how to exit the sketch. Enter. Again, I will start a new page. Insert, page break. How to exit the sketch. There's an icon right here called Exit Application. Okay, that's found in the Standard tab. That's this button right here will have the Exit Application. Okay, so what I'll do is come back to Word doc, insert, screen clip, Sketcher, create this picture here. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is underneath select Standard tab and Exit tab. And what I'll do is highlight that with the oval to remind myself that's the tab that has to be active to find the Exit tab. And the Exit tab is located right here. And that completes the Word document. Okay, in the next video, I will show you how to actually go through and create the rectangles and the triangles and so forth. Now you have a nice Word documentation, so you won't have to keep asking me or your fellow colleagues, how do I enter a sketch? How do I define this? How do I do a define in work object? You've got everything defined here, how to go into a new part, access the sketch, and then get out of the sketch. Okay? We're going to do one more thing. I'm going to verify that I've left the workbench. So back to CATIA, I will hit the exit button and I'm now out of the sketch environment. Insert another page break. Insert another snapshot. Go back to Word. Save this folder. This is your verification that you did everything. I can't really verify you've erased a rectangle and subtracted a rectangle, so you won't be able to go very far if you can't do that. But I'm going to show you again how to do that in the following video. So make sure to submit this Word doc for credit to Canvas.